Oh, the trumpets back here, Can't go this way, it's wet. Jesus. The thin trim in order to get this one out. The other one, all I had to do was loosen it up, and then it came right out. Oh.
There's even a gasket under the...
Yeah.
Look at all the cracks in it.
I know. We're keeping it that way. Better hold the priceless taillight in with my butt. In some German states, this taillight's worth more than I am.
Should be arrested for reckless endangerment.
That one snapped off too. Cool. Good thing you could place all this stuff underneath.
Ooh.
That's the original rubber gasket, just... That's the original rubber gasket, just like, you know... flaking off.
Lots of
Ew.
8-handy spooky boy activity.
Lots of spiders.
Spoities.
Lots of spiders. The one side came out, ish.
No, keep doing it. Keep doing it. She's a rockin'.
Beep.
Glad I was holding this.
Alright, ready? Lower it down slowly.
She's off. Oh.
To the shed! So don't fall in. Ready? Go back to your side.
Right.
Can't go this way, it's wet.
Ricky Rudd. That guy is smooth. He's using accelerator and the brakes as he goes through the S's. Fourth gear.
of ballet. It really is. To see him hit the brakes, or pump the brakes, hit them hard with his right foot, and then when he gets the car slow to a point, he switches back and hits the accelerator with the right foot and moves the left foot over to the brake.
Oh. That's the last bolt out of that one. Oh, there's side ones. Okay. Want it? Just a quick Hector update here while I fall over. Got his rear bumpers, or his rear bumper, his front bumper, his trunk and his hood off, as you saw earlier. The taillights were kind of a pain because two of the bolts were broken off on the passenger side, driver's side one, and the two plastic screws were not there anymore. So I don't know, either somebody removed them at some point and they were just gone. But got the taillights out. Most of his trim's off. Still waiting on a tool to arrive from Snap-on so that I can get his rear doors off. There's his bumpers. Front bumper, rear bumper. Get the rest of the trim off that's still on. And the dashboard, get the rest of that. I don't like being underneath the dashboard. There's a lot of stuff underneath there. We've been disconnecting and labeling wires as we go. Got most of the engine bay disconnected and loose. Still got to take his hood hinges off still. Driver side and passenger side. But then the fender's got to come off. Just the fronts, the rears are permanently mounted. Well, they're probably spot welded on. And we're gonna work on getting like the stuff like the radiator out, brake booster and master cylinder out, disconnect the linkage for the throttle, power steering. Not gonna touch anything on the engine until we get ready to pull it out. I'm gonna shoot some oil down the spark plug holes and see if we can turn it over before we drain everything out of it, and then go from there. See if the engine's free and see, if we're in business as far as needing to rebuild it or not. I mean, it looks like it's pretty free of oil leaks. Not really seeing any evidence of it anywhere. The block's pretty clean, the oil pan's clean, valve cover's fine. So who knows? Could be anything.
So we're going down this wooded section, this tunnel almost in the forest. You're going down in fourth gear, very, very quick indeed. This is an area where you can lose a lot of time. You can of course gain a lot because here you've got to be very clean. You come in here to this particular corner, you're braking quite hard into third gear. You can go through here in third gear if everything's right. Now in full tanks you might go through in second, but again you've got to be clean because if you get it on the wrong line on this first bend here, you're going to lose this whole series.
Because there shouldn't be, but I was a bit underneath with spin. Ooh. Well, actually, that's not that bad. Can I see the camera? Oh, okay. It's not as bad as I thought. Not that much rust. A bunch of dirt back there, though.
Yeah, why would they put a panel in there just to collect all the dirt from
Well, if you see, there's like the remnants of a rubber gasket here.
Oh.
That's supposed to be there, but isn't anymore. actually turned out alright.
Oh no.
That could be worse. Right here is pretty bad though.
Yeah. Oh,
It wasn't like that when we bought him. This is what happens when he sits for almost a year. Oh, Jesus. Alright, now that I got that connected off. Actually not in bad shape. A little bit of surface rust on the inside. Should clean it fine. At least that fender's okay. This is what was holding it on. It's like foam? I don't know. Probably be wearing a mask. Okay, you can come off now.
Look at all this falling off. Such a good messing with it. Oh, that's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
Good thing it's in like a relatively flat spot. You know what I mean? Flat-ish. Oh, Hector. Alright, so I got his trim off up around the windshield. Look at what those bastards did. That's paint underneath the trim, so the car probably wasn't even dry yet when they put the trim back on. Hector. Oh my god. Ugh. And there you have it. All of that happening. And all this happening. That isn't bad. That can be bent back and probably straightened out. The rust over there isn't bad. The inside of it actually doesn't look like it's in that bad of shape. We're kind of fearing like where it's got all the Bondo up top there would be all bent out of shape, but it doesn't look like it underneath. It doesn't look like it underneath. Maybe they just like put paint over it because it like it got worn through or something. I don't know. Look how naked he looks now. Remember how we were suspecting this side that had his rusty bumper on it? Notice how this isn't quite straight anymore. Notice how this bit is like, you know, perfectly straight and creased and everything and bent, and this is not. This should be bent straight. Like that hole should be straight. But it actually doesn't look that bad. That's actually not that terrible. It could be worse. You know, we'll get our little stud gun and we'll straighten that out. Make sure he's nice and true. Not bad for 1,100 bucks. Good job. All right, till next time, guys.
Keep your hands on the car.
Looks like we're shy of one horse. You brought too many.
Back, you're going to give the looping single to try and keep that hitter out of scoring position. So they're deep in center and left. Prevent the double or triple.
Into left center field and deep. This is a tie ball game.
Look at the...
Now we're going to have a scrap. Vandenbush drops the gloves with Ryan Tobler. And they square off at center ice. Right off the draw, they had agreed to go, and now they're going to. Tobler and Vandenbush come together. Tobler gets the right hand going. Vandenbush can't get started yet. He tries to.
Tomorrow is promised to no one.
You want a guarantee? Buy a toaster. Well, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
Okay, you did two things wrong. One is you asked a question, and two is you asked another question. This kind of certainty comes but just once in a lifetime.
Every gun makes its own tune.
An accident is fate. Murder is evil. You're a legend in your own mind.
Everybody's got a right to be a sucker once.
Nobody, I mean nobody, puts ketchup on a hot dog.